This is Inside Hart County Football with head coach Rance Gillespie and your host, Doc Ayers. Recorded in Studio 604B at the new Hart College and Career Academy. Here's your host, Doc Ayers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Inside Hart County Football for September the 15th. Inside Hart County Football is brought to you by Pierce Built Homes, Charlie and Kim Pierce. Joined by Hart County coach Rance Gillespie. Coach, we knew Eagles Landing was going to be good, and they proved it.
Yeah, they're a good football team. They've put together a good football program there over the last couple of years. And in talking with Coach before the game, this group of seniors, I think he said he had 28 in this group, and they've won a lot of football games. I think they started off a little rocky, maybe their freshman year, but ended up playing for a state championship. Came out on the wrong side of that state championship, but since then they haven't lost a game, and they're a very, very talented bunch.
Haven't had an opportunity to look at the film. What are you taking from last Friday night?
I think at this point in our season, it's important for us to get better and improve each and every week, and that's our goal. We want to be ready for region play when it comes around, and I can see our football team in certain phases doing that. I think everybody that was there Friday or that has seen us play, I think that you would agree that our football team at times look better, so the thing that we've got to work on, that we've got to establish, is we've got to establish a consistency. We moved the ball at times offensively, and then we had turnovers. We had some snap infractions, which we have not experienced this year. But at times we did some things really well, and I thought defensively it was much the same. We came away with a big stop there, and did some things really good defensively, but just inconsistent. And we have to play more consistently to be the team that we want to be and that we're totally capable of being.
Let's look at the first half. We kick off, and they come with a big offensive line, and he said 28 seniors, so you knew it was going to be a challenge.
Right, and they did. They've got several of their kids that were 6'3" and plus, and had some length, and up front, so they were a good football team. The one thing that we knew that we were going to have to stop is the speed sweep. Is kind of where they start their offense and do a lot of things off of that. And we had struggled with this play against Elbert and at different times during the season. So it was something that we spent a lot of time on. And as the game goes along, you'll see us play that a little bit better.
Great kickoff return here.
Yeah, Tevin does a good job getting the ball out, and I thought it was a big deal for us to kind of answer and gain some momentum back. A football season, a football game, it's all momentum, and we have to establish a momentum of our own.
Great job here keeping his composure, finding Jalen.
Yeah, he does. And O'Neal has the ability to extend plays, and that's one of his gifts. He's really good with his feet, and has the ability to extend some plays.
Quarterback draw here.
And this was a successful play for us. We ran it a couple of times, and it was a good, solid play for us throughout the night.
Have the receiver missed it just a little high, and Eagles Landing takes the ball again.
Yep, and they did a good job mixing it up, and with the run and the pass, and almost come away with a big play there. But we get a stop, which was a good job out of our defense, and get a poor punt there that gives us the ball at midfield. And we got a gain of 7 with some things going our way, and this is what I'm talking about. We just got to be more consistent here, and need to establish something. So
it's a little jump.
Come away with a big stop here. There's a good defensive play there out of Simeon, and like I said, we did play at times. We played better on their perimeter plays.
Force them into a timeout here. you know, and then dodge a bullet here.
Yep. It's,
Fourth down.
and then we're in good shape there. So. Now we had a tough time moving some of the big bodies inside, and then tried to get some of the perimeter screens going, and missed a couple of throws. And we've got to, as a quarterback, one of the toughest things to do is to process. So many times you want to just kind of make your mind up before the ball ever hits you, and that's not the way the position is played. And our guys are growing in that aspect and learning to progress through a read and do those things. So we're getting better in a lot of areas.
There's a big play we'll show in the second half where Crew does that to set up a score. I thought defensively, like you say, the effort was there, just wasn't not consistent.
Right.
But
like I said, we fit some things much better defensively, and there's a couple of places where we've got to make some plays and tackle a little bit better.
All right, makes it 14-0, and this is here again. We were talking before the show about the wedge kick.
Yeah, the guy kind of sprayed the ball all over the field, and they never really kicked it deep, and I thought we did a really good job of handling all the different junk kicks, so to speak, throughout the game.
Good call for a delay game. And then start a real good drive. Able to move about 60 yards. I think it's about 16 plays.
Good run out of Durante. I thought Durante had a good night and did some good things. Get a PI there, and
here's O'Neal again, extending and creating.
We've got to continue to improve some of these hookups a little bit. O'Neal did a good job running the ball in the interior, picking up a first down there. Unable to move some of the big bodies there off the edge. And
I believe this is a third down play where he gets a scramble for first.
Another one of the draws where O'Neal does a really nice job, and it's blocked well up front as well.
A little screen out to Jalen.
This one comes close to getting loose out the backside, and Jalen just trying to make a play there for us.
Good catch.
It's a nice throw and catch here on a play that we've worked a lot since the beginning of summer.
Finally get on.
Good block off the edge here out of PJ, and able to move the ball in for a score. And like I said, at times we look like a good football team against a talented team themselves.
14-6, and then the good football Eagles land in response.
Did a good job on the covers. Good job there out of Skylar Teasley. Skylar's just a sophomore and has done some really good things for us. He's playing backup Sam, and he starts on a lot of our special teams. So I'm excited about what his future holds here for us. Good fits there, and just it's going to be important that we're able to do those things again this week.
Do a good job.
Trying to get the ball to bounce out, and we did that some, and at times we didn't. So.
One of the wedge kicks. Well, that's PJ with the reception on that. The turnover.
get a bad hookup, you know, and it's just something that we got to improve on. I thought that was a heck of a play out of Jalen. Really good read, and you know, didn't sit back and wait, and made a break on the ball, and made a great play. You know, he trusted his instincts, trusted his eyes, and went and made a play.
O'Neal again.
Yeah, a lot of what we do is a lot of read stuff with him, and you know, we're getting better and better at those things, and you know, that's quarterback decision oriented stuff that you know, that we're getting better at.
People don't understand that, you know, they say playing quarterback or playing defensive back. There's a lot of skills, but there's also a lot of mental to it.
There's a lot of decision making at that position. There's no question about that.
Good effort here.
Yeah, it is a good read out of Crute and getting the ball out there to Tevin, and good fit there out of Jordan. Jordan, you know, continues to improve as a player, and I thought Jalen had a really good football game on both sides of the ball. He made a lot of plays for us on both sides.
Well, you know, 28-6 at the half. You know, how do you address the team at that point?
Well, you know,
0-0 third quarter.
We just, you know, like I told you last week, we judge ourselves. We want to judge ourselves based on our performance, and that's what it's about. You know, is coming out and playing hard every play, regardless of what the scoreboard says. You know, as long as you're on the field, you should play hard. You know, regardless of if you're up by 40 or down by 40, that should be irrelevant. It's about winning the next play and focusing on the process at hand, and that's what we want our kids to do, and that's, you know, where we're starting, and that's we're growing in that area. You know, for the most part, I think our kids are playing hard. You know, there's still some things that obviously we have to improve on.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the second half highlights. You're watching Inside Hart County Football.
The Hart County College and Career Academy provides new and improved learning opportunities to students in our community. With new technology and equipment in every classroom, students have the resources to ensure a better education. We guarantee that the Hart County College and Career Academy will further prepare students for their future and their careers. Hart County College and Career Academy, preparing students for their future.
The Hart County High School 5th and Campbell store is selling t-shirts during home football games. Come by and buy a gray shirt for $15 or a black and white shirt for $20. We will be at the front gate. All proceeds go to the store run by Hart County High School students.
Hart County High School is about academics, sports and training, bulldog chow, reading, teamwork, brilliant minds, preparing for the future. Hart County High School is the school made for us.
Welcome back. Halftime, come out in third quarter, real good drive.
Right.
Starts off good, and then another turnover.
Right.
But it was an effort turnover. We look at the second half highlights, and you know, again, the wedge kick.
You know, and there were multiple kids that had to make plays on those things. It wasn't like they kept kicking it to the same guy, and you know, they moved the ball around. So you know, I thought we were prepared for what they did, and I thought we did a good job fielding those kicks. You're right. We come out here in the start of the second half and pieced together a couple of good runs and got an opportunity to get a little drive going, and we just got to hold on to the football.
There's no doubt that that's a good football team.
Right, they are. They're a very talented football team, and like I said, they've been together for 4 years now, and this is their senior group.
BJ, Crew back in. Thought Crew did some good things in the second half Friday night.
Crew, you will see Crew really grow in the second half of this football game. It was an opportunity for us to be able to go in, okay, and maybe not see something exactly the way I wanted him to see it. Bring him over, talk to him, go back, run the same thing again, and see him execute it the way it was supposed to be executed. And when kids have that opportunity, a lot of times lights go on, and that's what I'm talking about, the growth of our football team, and just seeing a group of kids grow and get better.
Well, Saban calls it part of the process. Another good kick.
It was a throw that he had missed the progression on earlier in the game. He comes back and makes it. Does a good job getting the ball out here to Jalen on the perimeter screen, and good job blocking down the field out of Deacle. Good positive play there. You can see him work his way through a progression. Got a PI on that play. And you can see his growth and see him becoming more and more comfortable. Tevin about got his hand in there. We just got to finish it down.
Yeah. Good contain.
Good play on the, like I said, on the perimeter. At times we fit the perimeter things well. In position there, and the guy just ran by us. We got to do a little bit better job getting our hips open and being able to turn. I thought Malachi came in and gave us a little spark, and Malachi is just a ninth grader, really talented ninth grader. That's we look forward to great things out of him over the next several years. And
great cut back there.
He's got a patience about himself that is a gift. It's something that's kind of tough to teach to a young kid, but he does a really good job with it. Good job getting the ball inside on play action there to Deacle.
Another look at it from behind you.
Crew's got a good smooth throwing motion and throws the ball very accurately. He just needs more reps as far as in way of processing and understanding some different things. To be a ninth grader, he runs the ball physically as well.
Just short on that one. Is that an example of processing?
Yeah, he's starting to see things, and the tight end sets it down in the hole for him there, and put together a positive drive. Malachi scores his first touchdown, first varsity touchdown. So
First of many.
Good play out of Simeon on the perimeter there, and we got good play inside out of Corbin Burton. Corbin was, as the coach's choice for the defensive player of the week this week. He's a 10th grader as well, and still learning to play the position and growing, but has an excellent frame for it, and plays hard. So. Looking for good things out of him.
Good effort there on.
Jalen was our offensive player of the week, and like I said, he did some good things with the ball in his hand, made some plays for us, and he's a guy that will give you feedback, that has a mind for the game, and is a very talented kid as well. And then Clay Vaughn, Clay was our special teams player, and Clay had a really good night as far as special teams are concerned.
Come back and throw the touchdown here.
Nice play out of Jalen, good throw out of Crew.
Yeah, hard to throw it in that bucket like that. Kick off again. And Eagles Landing gets it and basically runs the clock out.
LJ Rucker in on that tackle, and LJ's another 10th grader that has a good motor and is going to be a good player for us.
Get at the back door. Get him out of bounds there on the 2, and they take a knee. So, tomorrow night, or tonight rather, Blessed Trinity, the third of the trifecta. Tell us about Blessed.
Yeah. Another talented football team, private school out of Atlanta that is really different from Eagles Landing Christian in terms of their philosophy offensively. The last 2 games that we've played, we've dealt with spread teams that were based on speed. And certainly Eagles Landing Christian had some big guys up front that allowed them to do both. Blessed Trinity is more of a downhill football team, football team, and their offense starts with that back. Their back is about 6'2", 200. His name's Still Chambers. He's a really good back, and he's a junior this year. And in the past, I know last year, when I was at Georgia Southern, we recruited the 2 tackles that they had. Both of them were about 6'4". One of them was 285, one of them was 275. So 2 big tackles, but they graduated. So they're growing a little bit on the offensive front. Not quite as big as they were last year, but still pretty big. You know, I think they've gone from 6'4" to 6'3" and from 285 to about 270. So
in other words,
it's
those youngest need a few more biscuits.
yes. So, you know, they're still a very physical football team that's going to run the ball at you, but, you know, they've got a quarterback that allows them to do multiple things. They can spread the ball out and hurt you throwing the ball, and they've got some good skill players. Number 6 is one of their wideouts. That's a really good player for them, and you know, kind of opens things up on the perimeter for them. Defensively, they've changed drastically. You know, last year they were a 4-3 football team that was pretty vanilla, that just played great technique and limited coverages in the secondary. You know, we watched them and studied them some, you know, in the summer, as we do all of our opponents. You know, they've changed this year. They've got a new coordinator in, and you know, they're a little bit more exotic on defense this year. They will be in an odd front. They've got 2 or 3 different fire zones. They've got 3 or 4 different fire zone coverages that they're going to, you know, run on the back end. And, you know, so now our kids have to be ready for the 2 trap, 2 ram, and some different looks. So that will be our biggest challenge. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, they've got great players, but they do a lot of things with those players as well.
Coach, we're a third of the way through the year, and we're almost to the point of region schedule. How big are these next 2 weeks?
You know, like I said earlier, we want to continue to get better. That's our goal. We want to be a better football team each and every week. And I don't think you've seen our best football yet. I don't think that this team has hit its prime yet. And you know, in a lot of ways, that's a good thing. You know, you want to hit your peak as you're going into the region, and that's certainly what we're hoping for.
Okay. So 2 more weeks to use an NFL term, the exhibition season, before things get for real.
That's right.
All right, you've been watching Inside Hart County Football. Been talking with Coach Rance Gillespie. Thanks to Pierce, Bill Holmes, Charlie, and Kim Pierce for their sponsorship. And we look forward to seeing you tonight at Herndon Stadium. Game time 7:30. The opponent is for Hart County's Blessed Trinity. 4th meeting between the 2 schools. Blessed Trinity owning a 2-game-to-1 lead in the series. For Coach Gillespie, this is Doc Ayers saying thank you, good night, and we'll see you at the stadium.
Thank you for watching Inside Hart County Football. This has been a production of Hart College and Career Academy video production class.